And welcome to Yoga for Cancer. It is June 9th, Election Day in Georgia. And I'm coming to you from the beach because of the gift of absentee and early voting. So welcome. And today I wanted to, as I have the great privilege of being here at the beach, I wanted to talk about gratitude. At a time like now when there is so much going on in our communities and in our world, gratitude could almost seem like a selfish act, like a privilege. I suppose it is a privilege, but I think that having gratitude is the way in to having compassion. So if we can be grateful for the things that we have, the good in our lives, the people in our lives, the blessings in our lives, then, sorry, there's a little noise going. Hopefully it will stop. Okay. If we can have gratitude, then we turn inward to turn outward and be able to have true compassion and right action. And so we'll take a moment to find a comfortable seat and allow your eyes to close or take a soft gaze. Begin to connect with your surroundings, noticing what's around you, the sounds you hear, the textures that you feel, the light filtering through your eyelids or eyelashes. And noticing something in your environment that is true, that is happening right now in this moment. Maybe it's the feeling of your feet against the ground or the weight of your hands in your lap. And then begin to turn your attention more deeply inward to your own breath. Maybe for the first time today, noticing your breath and having a moment of gratitude for your breath. Noticing where you feel the breath first, and then taking a moment to trace the inhale from the first place that it enters your body and following it. Where does it go? Pausing for just a moment, full, and then releasing the breath and tracing its exit. And then pausing for just a moment at the end of the exhale. And then allow the inhale to flow back in. Allowing the breath to begin to deepen, softening in the belly to receive the fullness, the depth of your breath. Relaxing shoulders, neck and jaw. Allowing your ribs to be loose, not tense, and to move gently with the flow of breath as you breathe into belly and then rib cage. Releasing and letting go on the exhales. Breathing into belly and ribs, and at the top of the inhale, feel your heart space lift. As you exhale, a softening in the heart or releasing in the ribs and then in the belly. Breathing in, belly, ribs, heart, and exhaling, heart, ribs, belly. Staying with 3-part Dirga breath for several repetitions. Allowing the breath to help you sit taller in your seat. Creating a spaciousness in the inner body. As you exhale, release the breath, release the tension, but keep the spaciousness. Begin to release the Dirga breath and allow the focus of the breath to be in your heart space. Imagine that you're breathing in and out right from heart center. Begin to cultivate an attitude of gratitude. Didn't mean to do that. Cultivate gratitude for what makes you uniquely yourself. And gratitude for what you bring and share with others. And we'll bring some gratitude for our closest relationships, the people we love and those who love us. And then find gratitude for the people we interact with and depend on every day, some of whom we know and some of whom we don't. The grocery clerks, teachers and nurses and doctors, the workers who bring our food, and the people who take away our waste. And today on Election Day, let's even bring gratitude to our elected officials. Bringing gratitude to what's working and even to what's broken and ours to fix. Inhaling gratitude to heart center. Exhaling compassion. Inhaling joy. And exhaling sweetness. Stay with the heart breath for another 5 or 6 repetitions. And then release control and come into your natural breath. Taking a moment to notice any changes from when you sat initially. Gratitude is a muscle. We have to work it. It needs to be flexible and strong. Let's continue together with some movement. We'll inhale for sun breaths, releasing And floating up on the inhale, exhale, turn palms down and soften, releasing arms down. And continue. Moving with your breath speed and taking the whole inhale to raise your arms and the whole exhale to lower. 2 more like this. Inhaling and opening, lifting up. Exhaling, releasing, settling down. We'll inhale up one more time and then exhale, release right arm down, lift up through the left and let's circle the wrist. And again, you don't have to have a long lever if it's better for you to keep your arm close in. Make sure you move in both directions with your circling. And then if it's comfortable, reach long. And on an inhale, come up through center and exhale to the other side. Pause for circling, warming up the wrists, moving the fluid from the extremity towards the heart. And then taking the long side stretch, maybe with a bent elbow or even hand on hip. And use the inhale to come up through center. Let's inhale both arms up. We're going to bend the right arm behind, placing your hand on the middle of your back or the back of your neck, and then grabbing your elbow with the other hand. Maybe this is your pose, or maybe you can begin to draw your arm a little bit more behind you, feeling a stretch. Maybe you press your head back into your arm. And maybe you take a side bend. Inhale all the way up, release, and let arms come down. Shake them out. And inhale, arms back up, this time left hand behind. You may notice quite a difference from one side to the other because of history or biology. Work with each side where it is today at this moment without forcing, struggling, maybe taking a side bend, being gentle with yourself. Inhaling to reach up and exhale, slowly lower the arms. Inhale to sit up nice and tall, and then bring left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Next inhale, get tall, and exhale, look towards right shoulder. Stay for another breath. Inhale, turn your head to look over left shoulder. Exhale, turn the head back. And inhale, come back through center. Exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand behind. Inhale again to sit up tall, and exhale, look over left shoulder. Inhale, turn to look over right shoulder. Exhale, look back. And inhale, back to center. We'll do that sequence one more time. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Turn to look over your shoulder. And then inhale and turn to look over the opposite shoulder, stretching through the neck. Exhale, turn back, maybe twist a little more deeply. Inhale back to center. And we'll go to the other side. Exhale to the twist. Inhale to make space. Exhale, look. Inhale, head turns. Exhale, look back. And inhale, come back to center and just Move your body a little bit from side to side. And then sit back on to your mat. I'm coming off my cushion. It's sliding back a little bit. Hands behind. My feet are coming up and walking out a little wider on my mat. Begin to drop your knees from side to side. I don't know if you can see. Coming into, it's called crow crawl. But really walk your feet out nice and wide so that you can really drop both knees, not on top of each other. Stay with this action or add the arm twisting to look behind you. And stay with that action or add the lift by planting your hand and lifting up with the other arm and hip. Take a few more passes in whatever version you're working with. And then come back to sit. Legs out in front, tiny little bounces, and release, little windshield wiper action. And we'll begin to move to our tabletop position, hands and knees. Please take time to pad underneath your knees. I have a nice thick mat here, so it works for me. Take the hand position that supports you best on your hand or on your knuckle, like this, with thumbs forward, or come down onto forearms. Take a moment to feel the length of your spine, crown of the head and tailbone moving in opposite directions. And then we'll move into our cat and cow. Inhale, open the front body, lifting tail and crown. Exhale, draw the middle body in, releasing tail and crown. Move with your breath, feeling how the breath echoes the movement. We inhale as we open. We exhale as we draw the belly in and up. Take your time rolling through the spine, warming it up. Noticing those places that might be a little sticky today. And maybe even taking a moment to pause and bring the breath to those places to find a softening and an opening. One or two more passes. And then find stillness in your neutral pelvis, tabletop, and we'll extend the right leg behind, toes down. Begin to rock back and forth through the foot. Maybe you stay here or add the lift just to hip height. Press out through your heel. Stay here or add the opposite reach with the arm, finding a long diagonal stretch through the body. Replace the hand, bring toes down, and then pivot so that your heel comes down. Maybe your other foot moves behind you. We're going to open, bringing your top hand to the back of your head. So elbow is up. Inhale here, and then exhale and draw your elbow down as if you were going to touch your other elbow. Inhale to open, and exhale to close. Inhale to open, stay here or extend an arm overhead, coming into side plank. Maybe you'd like to reach overhead, over your ear, and even lift the leg, finding a long, extended side plank. One more breath. Replace the foot, the hand, the knee, and shift from side to side. Take a moment and come down onto your forearms and open and close your hands to release your wrists. Maybe sway your hips from side to side. And when you're ready, coming back to your table, and we'll move through the other side, extending left leg, toes curled under, rock through the foot. Inhale to lift the leg just to hip height, press out through your heel, draw your belly in to support that effort, maybe adding the opposite arm. Lower the hand, lower the toes, and pivot, bringing the heel down. The other foot comes behind. And we inhale here, hand behind our head. Open on the inhale, and then exhale and draw the elbow down and in. Inhale to open and exhale. Really engage through the belly to support you. Inhale, open, extend the arm overhead. Stay here or add the long reach from heel to fingertips. One more breath wherever you are. Slowly lower your foot, your hand, your knee, and then press back into child's pose. Let your head release down to the floor, to stacked hands or fists, or to the edge of a block or a pillow. Obviously keeping space so you can breathe. Breathing in to the back body, feel an expansion across the low back, across the middle back, and even between the shoulder blades. Exhaling, you release and soften. Inhaling, puffing up through the back body. Really use the inhale to help you stretch from the inside out. Take 2 or 3 more breaths here. And when you're ready, press up back to tabletop. You can stay here in tabletop. You can walk your hands forward a handprint and press your hips forward, coming into a knee down plank, or you can curl your toes under and come up into a plank. Hold here. Then you can lower your knees, press back to child's pose, or press your hips up and come into a downward facing dog. Let your knees bend, reach your tailbone towards the ceiling. Press the floor away, making a V shape, or an upside down V shape, I suppose, with your body. Maybe you press one heel down, bending the other knee, or the other. You can always lower your knees or rest in child's pose, or go through some cat-cow in your table pose. We'll come through one more breath here. And then if you're up, lower knees coming back through tabletop. We're going to move into a knee down lunge sequence. So if you have blocks that you work with or something you're using as blocks, maybe grab them now. I'll come on the diagonal, it's easier to see. And then I will step my right foot forward and begin to rock a little bit front to back. I'm opening up the front of the left hip, the back of the right leg. Just beginning to get some opening, move some fluid around. And the next time that I come forward, I'm going to stay. And then press down through your right foot and imagine you're drawing it back as if you could scissor your legs. Use that engagement to help you come all the way up with one or both arms. Big inhale here, reach. Exhale And lower the right hand behind you. Left hand reaches forward, coming into a twist, turning towards your bent knee. Inhale back up and exhale to the open twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then release, hands to the block. Let's curl back, toes under, and find the high lunge. So I'm pressing back through my back heel, my left heel. My leg is straight or moving towards straight. My right knee is over my ankle or behind it. And I'm finding that long line from heel to crown of the head. Holding for one more breath. And then slowly lower the knee, and we'll switch sides. Drawing right knee back and stepping the left forward. Begin your rocking, making some space, lubricating the joints, warming up the muscles. Next time that you come forward, stay and soften, and then press down your left foot. Imagine you're drawing your heel back as your right knee comes forward, isometrically, right? We're not sliding, we're engaging. Feel the engagement all the way up into the pelvic floor. And from that place of strength, begin to walk up, raising both arms. Big inhale at the top. Exhale and find the twist towards the bent knee side. Inhale back to center and exhale to the open side. Harder to balance here. Inhale back to center. Let's exhale to goddess arms, opening the heart. And release, hands to blocks. Curl back, toes under, and find the high lunge. Press back through the heel. Still that action of pressing down the front foot, and imagine you're drawing the heel back. Feel that engagement. Long stretch through the body. One more breath. And then slowly lower the back knee. And we're going to make our way up to standing from this position. I want to give you a minute to rest. Curl back, toes under. Find your lunge. Step the back foot forward in 1 or 2 steps. Find that flat back, hands to knees. And inhale, walk all the way up. And I'll step back so you can see me. Take your time making this transition up to standing. And find your mountain pose. So feet are about hip distance apart. And when I say hip distance, I don't mean your outer hips. I mean the hip joint. So wherever your leg is connecting to your body, it's that width so that your femur is coming straight down from that place. Okay. So feel your feet connecting to the ground. Maybe bring your hands to your hips. Begin to rock a little bit between your heels and the balls of your feet. And then pause at a place in the center that feels balanced front to back. So you're not gripping your toes and rocking forward. And you're also not way back in your heels like you're about to fall backwards, right? Nice and centered on your feet. Lift your toes up, spread them out wide, and then slowly replace them on the mat. Nice wide base of support. From here, shift your weight a little bit from side to side. Some of us favor one hip, right? We pop a hip. So try not to settle in that space and find that centered space, front to back, side to side, where weight is evenly distributed. Toes are spread wide, but not gripping. Release your arms down, palms facing forward. Spread your fingers wide. Inhale here, exhale, and draw the belly in and up. Strong legs. Feel the power in the center of the body. Let's inhale, arms floating up, and exhale, close at heart center. One more like that. Inhale, open, draw up. Exhale, close, hands at heart center. Feel the energy between your palms. Feel each finger pad making connection with its mate. If you are blessed to have all of those parts, feel the center of your palm making connection. And then slowly begin to separate your hands. Move slowly and feel the energetic connection between your hands. Really focus on that energy. Can you feel it? Do you feel this pull? If you stop feeling, if you were feeling it and stop feeling it, bring your hands closer together again until you get that sensation. If you don't feel it, then just imagine that you feel it. And how wide apart can you draw your hands, still feeling this energy? And let it go, release it, let the arms swing and release. Bend your elbows, bring your hands facing each other, fingers spread wide, open through the palm. Exhale, come into bear claws, so just curling your fingers in. Inhale, spread wide. Exhale, make a soft fist. Inhale, spread wide. Bear claws. Spread wide. Bear claws. Soft fist. Bear claws. Soft fist. Spread wide. Soft fist. Bear claw. Soft fist. Bear claw. Spread wide. Bear claw. Spread wide. Soft fist. And let that go. Make sure that you're still standing tall in your mountain pose, feeling your feet connecting to the ground. Take a moment to find your focal point, something in front of you that isn't moving, to rest your eyes, to find that almost like the horizon line. Hands can be down or at your hips or even at heart center. Begin to imagine that your feet are your roots drawing deeply into the earth, so deeply that you couldn't possibly fall over. Begin to settle into the left foot, releasing the right so that it can draw up. Find your balance here for a moment. And then turn out and find your foot placement at calf, thigh, or ankle, just not at your knee. Eyes on your focal point. Breath is flowing. Feel the energy drawing up from your roots through the trunk of your tree, strong and steady, and out, opening into your branches. Can you be flexible, feeling those little bits of movement in the lower body to keep your balance? Maybe your toes come down like mine. And nice and open to the sun if you have the sun. Exhale, hands through heart center and find your mountain. Stay for a moment. Feel the sense of settling back into the earth. I was watching a very small child walking on the beach, toddling, and remembering that we didn't always have balance on 2 feet. We learned it. So we can relearn it. We can learn to balance on 1 foot. Send your roots deep, right leg down, left leg releases up. Aha, this is my harder side today. Turning out, placing your foot pressing the foot into the leg resists the pressure and creates a nice closed circuit of support. Press your hands against each other. Feel that energy. And then make sure breath is flowing. Maybe you can grow your branches. Maybe a toe comes down to steady you. Softness, flowing, steadiness, groundedness. One more big breath. Exhale, hands to heart center, 2 feet down. Maybe you close your eyes. Take a moment of gratitude for your ability to stand, to balance, to be present in your body with whatever is showing up today. Much gratitude. And then release arms down, walk in place, and then begin to take a wider step, quite wide. Sometimes we take too narrow a step and it's actually harder to work with. So, feet are pointing straight ahead, bring hands to your hips. Begin to turn your right toes out. Notice how my body is still facing forward. I've opened my leg so that my knee and toes are pointing in the same direction. This foot stays as it is, parallel, or reach your heel away and find a little angle in this direction. My body is working to stay facing forward, right? And my legs are working to open. The right leg is externally rotating, the left leg is internally rotating. That may be more information than you want, but if you feel that in your body, maybe it helps. Inhale, bend your right knee, reach your arms out at shoulder height, and look over your fingertips. Can you find the center of this pose? So it's not a lunge, right? We're not leaning, we're up over our feet. Inhale, straighten your front leg, raise your arms and look forward. Exhale and drop down into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Inhale, look forward, straighten the leg. Exhale, keep the leg straight, lower the arms just to shoulder height. Begin to reach through your right arm as if you're trying to touch something on the wall at the other side. Your hip can come out a little bit. Your standing leg that's holding you can have a little bend in it. From here, begin to lower the right arm, raise the left arm, coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Press down through your feet and imagine you're drawing them towards each other for stability. One more breath here. And then bend your front knee as you inhale back to Warrior 2. Turn your right palm up, lower the left arm to your thigh, inhale the right arm up and back. Peaceful Warrior. Front knee is still bent for this version. One more breath. And then inhale back to Warrior 2. Whew, release your arms, straighten your leg, and turn your toes to face forward. Hands on your hips. Can you make circles? Not easy with straight legs. Let them bend. Moving in both directions, side to side. And then come back to stillness and we'll move to the other side. Turning left toes out. Again, the body, the work is to try to stay centered while the leg is moving in a different direction. But we must make sure that as we bend the knee, that it stays over the ankle and that it's tracking over the middle toes, and that's to protect our hip and knee. The other foot can turn in a little bit or it can stay parallel. Inhale into your Warrior 2. I need to widen my stance a little bit to be able to drop down. feeling the center of the pose. I'm going to turn and look over left fingertip, drawing my belly in and up. One more breath here, and then inhale, raise arms, straighten the leg, turn to face forward. Exhale and drop into warrior two. Inhale up, straighten the leg. Exhale, warrior two. Last time, inhale up, straighten the leg, keep the leg straight, and lower the arms to shoulder height. Begin to reach out over your left foot and beyond, and then dial your left arm down, right arm up. Maybe you look straight ahead or up at your thumb. Breathe, press down through your feet, draw them towards each other for stability. And to come out, we'll bend the front knee, come up through warrior two, turn left palm up, lower the right arm, and then find peaceful warrior. My front knee is bent. I'm looking up towards my hand. One more breath. Beautiful. Inhale back through warrior two, lower the arms, turn toes to face forward, and then carefully walk your feet back in towards center. Shake out the effort of this practice. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, great. And then we'll make our way back down to the mat. I'm going to use my blocks to step back, coming down onto my knees. And then make your way all the way down onto your belly. We're not going to stay for long. If you need something underneath your belly to make space, feel free to grab that now. I have my hands on either side of my chest, and I'm going to press into my hands and inhale as I press my hips down, reaching through the crown of the head. Baby cobra. Exhale, release, press into your hands and press all the way back to child's pose. Maybe hips are settling towards your heels, maybe knees are wide and toes are together. Release your head down towards the mat or towards your stacked hands or fists. And release the standing practice. It was a vigorous practice. Letting that effort go, letting the breath flow smoothly. Intense gratitude for the breath. Take a few more passes here, inhales and exhales. And when you're ready, roll on to your back. You'll lie on your back with knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Take your time getting there. Your knees and feet hip distance apart. Your feet close to your bottom. Take a few breaths. As you exhale, press your low back down, engaging low belly. As you inhale, release the press and allow the natural curve of your low back to be present. Exhale, press, creating a pelvic tilt. Inhale to release the press. One or two more like that. And then release your arms down at your sides, palms down. On your next inhale, press into your feet and lift your hips an inch or more up towards the ceiling. Try to keep your knees and your feet hip distance apart. Exhale and slowly lower hips back down. You can use your hands on the ground for a little leverage or support, or on your next inhale, Press into your feet, lift your hips, and raise your arms all the way up overhead until your knuckles touch the floor behind you or out to the side. Exhale and lower hips and arms if you've raised them. Inhale, press into your feet, raise hips and arms if you'd like. Stay for a breath. Exhale in place. Inhale, press up just a little higher. And exhale, lower hips and arms. Inhale, press into your feet, raise hips and arms. Arms stay where they are if you're raising them. Exhale, lower the hips all the way down. Inhale, press the hips up. And then exhale, lower hips and arms. Take the next 5 or 6 breaths to work with any part of this bridge practice. Working safely and comfortably with this inversion. And when you're complete with this part of your practice, bring your soles of feet together and allow your knees to open in a bound angle. This helps to release the low back. Stay with your bound angle until you're ready to slowly draw your knees into your chest, hugging them in. Maybe rocking a little bit from side to side. You can stay here with knees drawn in, or if you'd like to work with a twist, you can either bring your feet down, arms out at shoulder height and let your knees drop from side to side. Or you can bring your arms down at a T at shoulder height with your knees still drawn in, and then very slowly and carefully lower your knees to one side. Work with the twist that feels good in your body today. Working gently with gratitude and working to both sides. You have at least 2 minutes to work with your twist. Take your time, and when you're done with this part of the practice, draw your knees in, rock gently from side to side. Keep working with your twist if you're still working there. Take your time, and we will all come together in Shavasana, rest pose. My Y4C teacher, Tari Prinster, calls Shavasana sunset pose. Quite lovely. Take your time. And when you're ready, slowly make your way into your most comfortable position for Shavasana. Maybe you have your feet up on a cushion or even on the edge of your couch or bed or a chair. You could even be lying on your side with a pillow between your knees and a pillow under your head. What will give you comfort and ease in the body so you can rest and let go? Allow your bones to be heavy. Muscles melt away from bones. Feel your points of contact with the earth. Maybe it's your heels or your feet, your hips, mid, back, shoulders. Maybe it's the back of your head. Begin to imagine that there's a feeling of warmth, like the sun shining on you, right at the crown of your head. Feel that sensation of warmth and sunshine radiating down over your forehead, your eyebrows, eyes, cheeks, mouth and jaw, and also down the back of your head to the back of your neck. This warmth spreading over your shoulders, down your arms, all the way to the tip of each finger. Feel the warmth and heart center radiating, spreading through your belly, ribs, back, all the way to your hips and thighs, down your legs. Feel the warmth in your knees and behind your knees, in your calves and shins, ankles, over your heels to the soles of your feet, over the tops of your feet, all the way to your toes, so that the whole body feels bathed in warmth, in ease, in comfort, in gratitude. Release, relax, and just let go. With each breath I take in, all the unique outpourings of spirit and the eloquent expressiveness of now. With each breath I let out, all my disempowerment and doubt, my arm's length distance from the infinite and real. Just by breathing, I am healed. Begin to deepen your breath, bringing small movements into fingers and toes. When you feel ready, roll to one side and pause. And press in to your hands to lift back up to sitting, allowing your attention to stay deeply inward for just another moment or two. We'll seal our practice with 3 chants of Om, one for gratitude, and one for compassion, and one for the community we create when we practice together. If you'd like to join, bringing hands to heart center, we'll inhale together. Om. Om Shanti, peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you so much for being with me to share your practice with me and with each other.